Bravo! What a breaking news! Let me make one thing very clear, Prince Harry began, his voice steady, his words carrying both weight and tenderness. I don't believe that I have ever aired my dirty laundry in public. What I've done is share my truth. It was never about resentment or bitterness. It was about honesty. It was a difficult message to deliver, but I did it in the best way I possibly could, and my conscience is clear, because I know my intentions were rooted in love, healing, and growth. I have always loved the United Kingdom. This is the country that shaped me, gave me my foundation, and taught me the values of service, duty, and compassion. Every time I return, no matter the circumstances, I feel that deep connection. The UK has always been a part of me, and it always will be. Being back has allowed me to reconnect with the causes that mean so much to me, the charities, the communities, the people who embody strength and kindness in their everyday lives. That brings me purpose and joy. It has also been wonderful to spend time with people I have loved and known for so long. Friendships that have stood the test of time remind me of the importance of loyalty, trust, and shared history. Those bonds ground me. They are a reminder that, despite everything, love endures. Reconnecting with these individuals has given me a sense of belonging and peace. My journey has never been about turning away. It has always been about moving forward. I continue to hold my family, my country, and my causes close to my heart. What I hope people see is not division, but commitment. A commitment to honesty, to compassion, and to the betterment of others. That is what drives me. That is what defines me. And that is what I will continue to carry with love wherever I go. Prince Harry's words did not land as mere sound bites. They echoed as a profound truth that resonated across the hearts of many. In a world where his every action is dissected, his honesty stood as both shield and sword. He was not out to wound anyone, but to heal himself, and in doing so, inspire others to embrace their truths. The gravity of his message lay in its simplicity. Living authentically is not a betrayal. It is the ultimate act of love, both for oneself and for others. Harry has been painted by critics as divisive, as someone who chose self over duty. But when one listens closely, one hears not rebellion, but reconciliation. His conscience is clear, because he has lived not in deception, but in transparency. The so-called dirty laundry was never about scandal. It was about truth, about lifting the veil of silence that suffocated not only him, but many who came before him. In doing so, he offered the world a rare gift: the courage to speak out when silence is easier, the strength to heal when bitterness beckons, and the wisdom to love even when it hurts. His words about the UK glowed with sincerity. He did not speak as a man severed from his roots, but as one deeply entwined with them. The United Kingdom is not just geography to him, it is memory, it is identity, it is love. The laughter of his childhood, the discipline of his schooling, the camaraderie of his service, and the pain of his deepest losses are all tied to its soil. To say he has always loved the UK is to admit that even when life's storms tried to uproot him, those roots remained. And when he walks its streets, greets its people, and champions its causes, one can see that love in action. The causes he mentions are not fleeting attachments. They are his lifeblood. From supporting wounded veterans to standing beside grieving children, Harry's presence has always been one of solidarity, not spectacle. His return to these causes is not a performance for cameras, but a reaffirmation of lifelong commitments. Each handshake, each smile, each moment spent listening reminds the world that service to him is not seasonal, it is eternal. And when he speaks of friendships, one sees the humanity that often gets overshadowed by his title. These are people who knew him before the headlines, who stood by him when the world turned, who offered him laughter when life felt unbearable. In reconnecting with them, Harry is not simply reminiscing. He is reminding the world that true friendship is a sanctuary, an anchor when storms rage. Love endures, loyalty sustains, and trust heals. Prince Harry's voice carried not just the weight of his own story, but the echoes of countless others who have struggled to balance duty with self, tradition with progress, love with expectation. When he says his conscience is clear, it is not only a personal declaration, it is a testament to what it means to live authentically. Too often, individuals shrink under the weight of external judgment, afraid to choose honesty over approval. Yet Harry stands as living proof that when truth is spoken with compassion, it liberates not only the speaker, but those who listen. In reflecting on his journey, one sees a man who has endured trials yet chosen tenderness over hardness, love over resentment, and authenticity over pretense. His critics often forget that Harry's story is one of service long before it became one of scrutiny. From his time in the military to his years as a working royal, he has consistently sought to uplift those who might otherwise be forgotten. His creation of the Invictus Game stands as one of the most powerful examples of his vision: to give dignity, voice, and community to veterans whose sacrifices often go unseen. This is not the work of a man detached from reality. It is the work of someone deeply invested in humanity. When Harry speaks of the UK as the place he has always loved, one can hear the sincerity in his voice. This is not empty rhetoric. His love for his homeland is woven into his identity. Every cobblestone, every cathedral, every countryside memory is etched into his being. It is the land where he was born, the land where he laughed as a boy, where he grew into a man, where he said his final goodbyes to his mother, where he stood in uniform ready to serve. To love the UK, for Harry, is to love a place that holds both joy and pain, triumph and tragedy. His connection is not superficial, it is bone deep. And yet, Harry's vision of love goes beyond borders. He has taken the values the UK instilled in him: duty, compassion, resilience, and carried them into every corner of his life. His causes stretch across continents, his service transcends boundaries, his compassion reaches across oceans. When he reconnects with people in the UK, it is not to perform, but to reaffirm bonds of loyalty and shared history. These friendships, built long before the world judged him, remind him that love is stronger than scandal, that loyalty is louder than gossip, and that true connection survives time and distance. In a world obsessed with titles and appearances, Harry reminds us that humanity is the greatest title of all. He does not stand aloof, unreachable. He kneels beside those who suffer, listens to their stories, shares in their pain, and walks with them toward hope. His advocacy for mental health, in particular, has shattered stigmas and opened doors for countless people who once suffered in silence. By speaking of his own struggles, Harry has shown that vulnerability is not weakness, it is strength. And in doing so, he has turned his personal journey into a beacon for others. The legacy of Princess Diana shines brightly through him. She, too, was often misunderstood, often criticized for her honesty, often judged for her compassion. Yet, like her, Harry has chosen to stand with the marginalized, the wounded, the voiceless. His love is active, not passive. It moves, it builds, it heals. It is the same love that led him to find his partner in Meghan, to protect his children with ferocity, and to craft a life defined not by expectation, but by authenticity. And though the press may seek to twist his words, though critics may attempt to paint his truth as betrayal, the reality remains unshakable. Harry's heart is clear. His path is chosen. His love is enduring. He has walked through fire, yet emerged not bitter but compassionate. He has endured storms, yet chosen to plant seeds of peace. He has carried burdens, yet still extended his hands to lift others. This is what it means to have a clear conscience. When Harry says his journey is not about turning away, but about moving forward, he speaks for anyone who has ever had to choose growth over stagnation. Moving forward does not mean abandoning roots. It means nurturing them in new soil. It does not mean forgetting history. It means shaping a future. Harry has carried the essence of the UK with him, but he has also built something uniquely his own. His family, his work, his voice, all are extensions of a legacy reimagined, not rejected. The beauty of Harry's message lies in its universality. Though his story is royal, his truths are human. Who among us has not longed for acceptance? Who among us has not felt the pull between duty and desire, expectation and authenticity? Harry's life magnifies these struggles, but it also magnifies the possibility of overcoming them. By choosing honesty, he shows that peace is possible. By choosing love, he shows that healing is real. By choosing compassion, he shows that even in the harshest spotlight, humanity endures. His return to the UK was more than a visit. It was a statement of continuity. It reminded the world that his love for his homeland remains unbroken. It reminded the causes he champions that his commitment is steadfast. It reminded his friends that loyalty still binds them. And it reminded his critics that truth cannot be silenced. With every step, every word, every smile, Harry embodied resilience. The future he builds is one rooted in service. It is not about crowns or ceremonies, but about people. It is not about titles, but about trust. It is not about palaces, but about purpose. In this, Harry has transcended the narrow roles others tried to confine him to. He has become more than a royal figure. He has become a global figure of compassion, a man whose conscience guides him, whose truth empowers him, whose love sustains him. And so his speech stands as both a reflection and a promise, a reflection of a journey marked by trials but lit by love, a promise that his work is not finished, his voice not silenced, his heart not closed. He will continue to love the UK, to serve his causes, to nurture his friendships, to protect his family, and to live with a clear conscience. In this, he offers not just a personal story, but a blueprint for all who long to live authentically. For in the end, Prince Harry's words are not just about him, they are about all of us. They call us to ask ourselves, is our conscience clear? Do we live with honesty? Do we walk forward with love? If we can answer yes, then like Harry, we too will know peace. His journey is far from over, but his message is already timeless. A message of honesty, of love, of courage. A message that says, even when the world misunderstands, the heart knows its truth. A message that reminds us that to love deeply, to serve sincerely, to live authentically, that is the greatest legacy of all. And so, with his conscience clear and his love unwavering, Prince Harry walks forward, not away, not in bitterness, but in hope. The United Kingdom remains in his heart, his causes remain in his hands, his family remains his anchor, and his truth remains his compass. This is not the story of a man divided, but of a man complete. A prince, yes, but far more importantly, a human being who chose love and in choosing it, lit a path for others to follow. To all my curious Sussex family, thank you all for watching, and do not forget to subscribe, like and put a comment. Bye bye, see you then in our next episode.